How's it going, everybody? My name is Zeneis, and welcome back to another episode of TibiaME. So, in this episode, we are finishing off the For Your Ice Only quest that I started last time. Again, this is a super long quest because when I started editing this video, the video was actually an hour and a half long. That's how long it took me to complete everything that needs to be completed in this quest. So please keep in mind that whenever you start this quest, make sure that you have plenty of time to complete it. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the middle of this cave and not be able to finish it on time, because there's a lot to do. Obviously, the last episode that I recorded, it was also around hour 20. It was a good long while, so this quest takes a good long time. So, what you're doing in this part of the quest, I took the portal back to the Nowhere Cave. If you guys remember, that's where you had to find all those barrels and bombs and whatnot, and that's where you're headed back to. That's where you go ahead and finish this quest. That bomb that your friend, whatever his name is, that bomb is going to be placed in the barrels up ahead. So that's where you're headed right now. Again, in this area, this little green spot, whenever you're walking next to this green stuff, it's going to damage you. If I remember correctly, it does 37 damage per step. So make sure you have plenty of health in order to make it through that. The same thing up ahead. After you pass into these gates, every step you take is going to damage you until you get to that spot. So make sure that whenever you go into these areas, you have plenty of health in order to take the damage that you need to. Obviously, healing spells are your friend here. I almost didn't make it there because I was being stupid, and then you use the bomb in that area that you were just in, and then make your way back to the throne room to talk to the Queen Astinia. Alright. What was that noise? Please tell me of Serranio destroying those barrels. And where is he, anyway? It's an emergency. What? An emergency? Could be more urgent than talking to the Queen? This Serranio certainly is amazing. Please tell him that I might, and just might, consider marrying someone as strong as him, should I ever marry again. As for you, you have proven yourself a trustworthy messenger. Please take this twinkling sapphire as a sign of my greatness. Thank you. Never mind, I'm rolling in these sapphires. Anyway, I have a special assignment for you this time. No, not for Serranio, but for you. You have to be discreet about it. Under no circumstances tell Garch. Serranio will blah blah. Wonderful, as you have proven yourself trustworthy, which I have graciously undermined by giving you the twinkling sapphire, I have to tell you something. All these cultists make me sick. All this babbling about gods, you've probably already heard of their ancient mages stories. Your facial expression tells me that you know the ancient mages as well, in case I didn't have to tell you who they were. Listen, my special intelligence division, no, not the MI6, no, my very own service of information has information that the ancient mages and the secret brotherhood are having secret meetings. They want to know where the Chakaboom came from as much as I do. Oh, really? Yes, and they believe that they came closer to an answer. They have a secret meeting place on St. Nivalis. I do not know where, but I heard rumors about meetings took place in old catacombs. There's a secret passage somewhere in the priory. Perhaps you should start looking there. Trying to find the entrance to the secret meeting place of the ancient mages and the brotherhood. Farewell. Alright, so in this part, I accidentally go over to the right here. That's not where you're supposed to go, and I stupidly did not even really realize that. The priory is over to the right. I don't entirely remember where. All I remember is over to the right. So we're gonna explore there, and then you have to find the ancient mages. If I remember correct, this is the part that's very important. You follow me step by step. There's a part of the quest that has a bunch of different mazes and whatnot that go take place in the catacombs, and that is it's very important that you follow me, because if you go off the beaten path, if you go off of the way that I go, you're going to be taking damage for every step you take. And it's one of those situations where you can't survive this because there is so much damage going through it. On the way out, I ended up just skipping the beaten path. I kind of went in between a few of them, a few of the shorter ones at least. But that is later on in the quest. Now that we're here, now that I'm seeing where we're going, it's obvious to me that this is a different part of the quest. Basically, what you're doing is you're going down into the catacombs in order to find the secret meeting. You don't have to pick up any items or do anything of that sort. All you have to do is you have to find the two people who are talking for the Ancient Mages and the Secret Brotherhood, and just listen in, basically, and then report back to the Queen. So it's a fairly simple quest. It's pretty easy to go to. I have done this quest before with someone else on my other World 14 account, but it's not really a big of a deal. I was able to, like, obviously I knew where to go because I've done the quest before, but yeah, I knew where I was heading starting off. So I apologize for my hair being all messed up today. I just woke up. I haven't showered in like 2 days, and I know that's gross and disgusting, and I probably just lost half my subscriber base, but I'm not even joking. Like, I just haven't felt like doing that. But yeah, I just woke up. I got my coffee right here, so I'm good to go. But it's yeah, it's been weird. I just don't feel like doing much of anything. My voice is probably in that morning area that it just sounds weird and deep and very sexy. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow, I'm not even listening to it and it sounds like that. So that's awesome. I have an audition for a bunch of different grad schools at the end of this week up in Kentucky, and I'm a little bit nervous for it actually because I don't really know how well it's gonna go. I've never been to this one in particular, but I've been to a conference before for grad schools, and they it was fine. I got a bunch of callbacks and stuff for different grad schools, but it was nothing concrete or set in stone. Like, I didn't actually make it through to grad school. Obviously, I'm not in grad school right now, but that's the goal now, and I'm pretty nervous. So if you guys would keep me in your thoughts and prayers, that'd be awesome, because I don't really know how it's going to be or anything like that. It's the next step in my career, and I want good things, but I don't, like, if this doesn't work out, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where to go from there. So yeah, that's a little bit of what's going on in my life right now. Again, it's up in Kentucky, and that's at the end of this week. There'll probably be a couple days where I don't post anything because of that. I know I used to post every day, but it's been kind of hard. We had the fall of Carnario, or however you pronounce it. I really don't know how it's pronounced, but we had that start this week. And for some reason, it's been so hard to get the right things. You have to get a mask and a gem and a mirror piece, but it's been so difficult because all I was able to get, there was a group of us who were taking on Carnario because it's a boss. It's pretty hard to do by yourself. But I was there doing it with this group of people, and I was only able to get the mask. I got a bunch of mask pieces, but that doesn't really help me because I need the mirror piece, I need the emerald or sapphire or whatever it is in order to do it, and it's super weird because I wasn't able to actually complete the quest because I don't know how. Anyway, this is where you need to go. You just step on that location right there to listen to their meeting, and then you head back to the Queen and report whatever it is that you find. So this is my little servant. There's my little servant, Zeneis. I hope you stayed undercover for what you found out. Oh, it's man-made. Really? They also think the Chocoboom is not from the gods? Yes! That's exactly what I want to hear. Guards, did you hear that? I was right. You can go home soon! I didn't know if I was right, but at least the other people think so as well. Maybe it's really time for the cultists to leave this cathedral forever. They can go build a monastery on a hill far away, if you ask me, but maybe there is still a piece of the puzzle missing. While you were searching for the meeting place, my intelligence servants found something strange. They analyzed the debris from the barrels Serranio destroyed, and they found some strange signs on it. They say that they have seen those signs before, namely on the Book of All Books. The Book of Books. Yes, the Book of All Books, the Book of Truth, the book where all is written down. The book that mustn't be moved, the book that doesn't exist. I have a special assignment for Serranio. He must find the book and copy the signs and any lines from the book. That might help us finding out where the Chocoboom came from. Serranio will do this last favor for me. Books often are somewhere in libraries, as you know, and when he has finally found out where the Chocobooms came from, I will marry him. Tell him that, and now disappear. Awesome, awesome. Farewell. So, this one obviously takes place in the library. There is a portal to the library if you have not already used it. It's up to the northeast part of Aria. Just start going up that way. Follow your arrow and it'll take you right to it. But there's a portal right there that takes you directly to the library. So this one is the difficult one. I did mention a little bit earlier that this is the one where if you don't stay on the beaten path, you will get lost. So I would highly recommend that you follow me step by step there. I will let you know when we get to it where that part is. This is also the kind of pinnacle of the quest. That I will let you know now that there is a boss at the end of this quest, as well as a bunch more enemies than what we are usually used to. So there are multiple times where I just get overwhelmed and I end up having to retreat because there are so many opponents. So I would highly recommend taking as much time as you need in order to regenerate health and make sure that you are ready to go for this whole part. But don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed if you have to retreat. Let your pet take some damage or just call him in. The part where you have to step on the beaten path, I would highly recommend taking in your pet because it's all single filed. There's no place for either one of you to go around each other. There's no part for your pet to get on another side of a cultist at any point because it's such tight quarters. So it's really, really difficult in order to be able to double up on damage. If anything, he is going to be behind you and take damage for you, which my pet is not able to do that with a cultist because he doesn't have as much health as I do, and I really don't carry around any sort of healing potions for my pet. I know that's something I should do, but it's not something I've gotten in the habit of, simply because I have so much stuff in my inventory already. Like, especially when it comes to fire spells, I have 2 of them already, and then I have a healing spell, and then my pet stone. It's just, there's so much that I have carrying with me that it's so difficult to put anything else in my pack. I do have my inventory that I can put my potions in, and actually those come in handy up with the boss battle because again, there's so many opponents. There's a boss, there's cultists, there's just swarms of enemies that just come rushing at you in this one area. So maybe have a potion or 2 on hand. This is the area that you need to make sure you follow step by step because it's where you take damage. So make sure that I go in a specific direction before you take a step anywhere, unless you have enough health and you think that you can make your way through to the boss area. So please keep in mind you need to follow me step by step. I'm gonna go for this part of the quest just because it doesn't really make sense for me to be narrating the navigation. It's kind of hard for me to do so anyway, but I'm going to let you guys watch while I take off. So make sure that you stick through to the end to make sure that you make it. I don't want you guys dying in the middle of this quest because it's a long way to get to it, and then this maze area is pretty long. So enjoy! And that is the boss battle for your ice only. Again, I did see myself getting a little overwhelmed and having to use potions all of the time, but that is just part of the game. So I would have fared a lot better in that battle if I had waited before I charged into that room, but I didn't know that there was a boss when I started this level. So when I charged in and I saw the boss, I was like, well, we're in this now, might as well finish it. So anyway, you get the parchment from that piece, whatever altar area place thing, and then you take it back to the queen. So Zeneis, where is this future husband of mine, Serranio? I didn't know if you already heard, but my previous one is dead now. Didn't Serranio find the book? I have the copy. You have it. Why isn't he coming? Anyway, give it to me. Galdema Chaka da Boom. This sounds like an ancient language, but Chaka and Boom looks like Chaka Boom. Yes, now I can read it. Use the barrels to fuel the machine. It's true. The Chaka Boom comes from our ancestor, not from the gods. What wonderful news. And they even gave us a manual for the Chaka Boom, which they call Steam Machine. We will have an industrial revolution. And I will begin with laying off the cultist. I cannot lead my people with decisions based on assumptions. We need proof, real answers. So where is Serranio now? I want to see him right now. I'll tell him to come. Very well, take this to him. It's a wedding present, a brand new combat gear. It's worth a fortune. It once belonged to my husband. Still very nice. Now go and bring it to him. So then you just go up to where you found Serranio the first time, right above where the St. Nivalis frozen lake is, and then you talk to him. So that is basically the end of the quest. You go talk to Serranio, and then you come back and talk to the queen, and then she will tell you to go talk to Gostan, I forget the guy on Aria who is giving you all of these quests to do for all of these different islands. So basically, you go back to him, and then you get your next quest. The next, excuse me, the next island that you will be going to is Yaba 2, which I've already started playing on it. I've done at least 2 or 3 quests there, and I'm already having a blast. Hello, Zeneis. Ustenia really wants me? Well, I'm still not sure. Here's a present. Really? She gave you this for me? This is indeed very sweet, but you know what? You can keep it. I'm a warrior, so I only have I have some lying around here. And as you keep helping me so much, I think that is the least I can give you. I have to thank you. You can be very proud of yourself. You actually did all those things for me. Now I only have to overcome my monster phobia, but with that fear, you cannot help me. Farewell, my friend. I have to prepare for my wedding now. Troops for Aria? Troops, Helmazaz. Even as the future king of St. Nivalis, I can't decide that. Technically, Ustenia would be able to grant you that. Ask her. So then you go back to Ustenia, and you ask for the troops, and and that's the end of it. Alright, Zeneis, I am waiting for Serranio. We will marry soon. He is a little shy, but thank you for your service. I guess you have done all you can. You have gained the title Intratad? I don't know. Have gained the special right to talk to me. You have become an agent. You have helped numerous people, and you have found me a new husband. For that, I am really thankful. What was it that you wanted to hear? Was that what you wanted to hear? Troops for Aria? Yes, troops. As my husband is dead now, I assume I am in charge of that. Tell Golzan that I will send you my troops. If you have helped me with all my quests, which apparently you did. Now be gone. All right. So that is the end of For Your Ice Only. Gosh, look at my hair. That is something else. Anyway, you make your way back to Golzan on the island of Aria, and you talk to him once finishing this quest, and he will give you your next assignment on Yaba 2. Again, I don't really know how to recommend preparing for Yaba 2 because there's so many opponents and there's so many different defense sets and offense sets or weapons that you need in order for you to get through Yaba 2. Already I'm looking through, and there are so many opponents that take ice damage, and they take holy damage, and they take fire damage. It's basically like Aria. There's so many different areas that you go to that need different sets of attacks in order to get through them. So I can't really tell you how to prepare except to be well-rounded. Most of the opponents there deal electrical or cold damage. That's the one area that I can recommend you prepare. I want to say you get an electrical damage defense headband while on the St. Nivalis Quests. So if you go ahead and equip that and probably leave most of your cold gear on. I would also try to equip a lot of hit damage as well, so you are prepared for that. I think the first opponent that you take on there, the Bloodflies, they do a lot of hit damage as well. So that's pretty basic in most defense sets, but I just want you guys to be prepared. I took off my St. Nivalis ring and I put on some other ring that did only hit defense, so that's just how I prepared for it. But if you guys want to prepare in other ways, or if you know a better way to do that, please let me know down in the comments below, or just go ahead and prepare yourselves for that. So the next episode, I'm going to be doing a couple of the really easy basic quest on St. Nivalis before I head to Yaba 2. Again, this is my favorite island. I'm having a blast on Yaba 2, but St. Nivalis is where my heart lays. So heart resides, heart lays, heart, I don't know. It's a weird sentence. I'm gonna pretend that never happened. Anyway, I'm gonna do a couple of the quests in the next episode. I think it's no more than like 8 minutes long. It's really easy to do these quests and get a little bit more experience. I wanted to get up to level 30 before I headed off to Yaba 2, and that's exactly what I did with these quests. So, if you enjoyed, please drop a like and comment down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.